This is the Echoes of New Eden podcast. Welcome to Echoes of New Eden, episode 21. What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Rambo, and today with me we have Taylor Rick. What's going on, Taylor Rick?
Hey, man, how's it going? It's good to be back. I'm sorry I missed last week, but hey, I got out of the short episode jail, so
Yeah,
so you've left me back on. I'll make sure we do a long show tonight, just like you like it.
a long show. I think we have a pretty hefty show today, and expecting to have Linwood, but now that Linwood wasn't going to be on the show, it might be a little bit shorter. But anyway, and then today we also have Crimson King. Crimson King didn't do a mic check in the sound check stage, so we're not really sure if he's there. So it's all right if he ends up joining sometime during. He knows what's all going on anyway. So
Yep, he does.
cool deal. Well, another week has passed by in New Eden, and man, has there been a lot of stuff going on. And actually, I wanted to talk about Damon Zell's freighter raid. And actually, Damon, he's in chat right now. Damon, do you want to talk about that real quick? Because I wanted to talk about that first thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, look, you're already unmuted. Check that out.
Yeah, I went and did it. Yep.
See that he's on the ball this week.
Yeah. How'd that freighter raid go? Cause I'll just tell you how I witnessed it. So
It was plagued by technical issues. It was plagued by the community manager not basically giving a crap about it or any shine. They told me up front to just go ahead and do the player run event part that's on the official Discord, which no one ever pays attention to. So I did that, and I even actually have screenshots, which I'll be putting in the news once I feel better. I was sick, was better. Now I have COVID, so yay. But as soon as I put a video, and I'm going over everything with the freighter raid. So the stream itself was broken up into 3 different streams because Streamlabs on mobile fucking blows, and it broke. And I couldn't get back on, and so then I had to go to Online Arcade, which I just did it real fast. So for some reason, it was showing on the bottom tagline, Genesis destroying a Citadel, which
I saw that
in like a year. So I couldn't adjust it on the fly, and then there was an issue with my network settings, which then kicked the stream off again. So I put it this way: I won't be streaming again until I get my gaming laptop. You're good. Yes, I'm at work. I won't be streaming again until I get everything under control, so there won't be any issues like that again. So a lot of people have been asking me, why did the defensive fleet kill me at the end? And what you find out is in one of the streams I basically announced when I was, I think 8 or 9 jumps out of Kenora, that have a great night. That if no one comes to kill the freighter, if no one can get through, then I will give permission to the defensive fleet to kill the freighter. And that's basically what happened. Now, I heard there was some fights a couple jumps behind me, which tied up the defensive fleet, which left me open with only, I think, like 5 guarding. But in the end, no one was able to come close to it, so the defensive fleet did kill me.
Yeah.
And they held me because they wanted to kill me with more dreads. So they held me in suspension, to the ire of my wife, who was already angry at me that the stream was going on so long. And I was sitting there begging to die, so I can just end the stream.
That's a great conversation to have. No one's wives ever understand that this game doesn't happen within a 30-minute window.
Yeah,
Mine does. Mine does.
Your wife does. That's right, because she plays the game.
Because she plays. Yeah.
I was gonna say she plays the game. So hey, there's Crimson. Oh my God, are you done taking a shit? What's going on?
Yeah, sorry about that. It took forever for me to connect. I
Rip.
was able to hear you guys, but apparently you weren't able to hear me, even though I was unmuted for off and on there.
No, you're
Yeah.
good now.
Yeah, we never saw you.
Nice.
But anyway, all good. Yeah, and Damon, I saw that defense fleet, and as I was watching your stream, I was like, wow, people are gonna have to come up with like a freaking CTA level defense or offense fleet to be able to take that down.
Seriously.
With all the
Listen,
capitals there, and
I thought people would actually come out to it because there was nothing going on in game. It was between content packs. There was really nothing going on. I think if the devs actually put it out across their social media, there would have been a bigger push for it. Now, I initially contacted Cartley, the community manager, back on June 9th to let her know that, or him know that it was going to happen on the 24th with the time and date and everything like that. And they said that, unfortunately, because it was less than a month out, that they could not give me any prizes to put in the freighter. So if I do this again and I have a firm date, well past 30 days, they can give me stuff to put into the freighter, but they could at least put it out on their social media to get the word out that this event was happening. And then I heard nothing from them. I sent them all the information. And then I recontacted the community manager again the morning of the event saying, hey, it's today. Can you put it out on your social media? And then I didn't hear back from Cartley until after the event was over.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I know. I'd actually message you. I was like, "It's today, right?" Or actually, I think I reminded Taylor,
Yeah.
and he's like, I told Taylor what the day was, and it turned out to be that day. I was like, "Well, shit, I didn't know it was the 24th today,"
Yeah.
but I had lost my days. I was like, "Well, crap, that's today." And then I started pinging out. I made sure with you, Damon, that it was today, and I saw your posts and all that about it being today or at the time that day. And so I made some pings about it to get some people to watch. And yeah, for the time that I was able to watch, you're still kind of just chilling in that home system. You're trying to get to a gate, and then you had fleet people doing like warp commands, and you're going from gate. It would have took you forever to burn to a gate. It was pretty
And
funny.
even we came across a couple actual game bugs where we even free warp and using the autopilot, and it would still only warp me 100 km off the gate for no apparent reason. So
That's a great thing to happen when you're in a freighter.
I love the quality patchwork we get.
Yeah. So aside from the freighter being full of tourists, the defensive fleet killed you, and to my surprise, maybe not surprise, but Matty Huh got the kill mail or the final blow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once
Yeah, and
Nice,
Maddie
yeah.
is here right now too. So, yep.
So yeah, Matty was part of that defense fleet, and he got the kill mail. And I saw there was something like 1,900 tourists dropped in that kill
Yeah.
mail. Ripped the other 2,300.
Yeah.
So
They never made it to their
yeah,
destination.
genocide.
Yeah.
it was a one-way tour.
From
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
now
and-
being sold into slavery by Amar. I can't even speak. God damn it.
I tried getting a vet to watch over the tourist as a tour guide, but unfortunately I was not able to secure a vet. But I do have. Noah was actually kind enough to put up another nightmare as a prize as well.
Mm.
So both Kylo Ren and Maddie will both be getting nightmare. I have them
Very
both. I just have to contract them to them.
Nice.
One is a fully fit, and I believe the other one is not. I don't know. But since I said the kill mail owner would get the fully fit nightmare, so Maddie will be getting the fully fit nightmare. And that prize
Yeah,
was given out by Lamborghini, which I think is one of your guys' sponsors as well.
possibly. I have a lot of sponsors.
Yeah.
The to like I said, it wasn't, I guess, by surprise, but Maddie had just won on Who Wants to Be a Billionaire 2 billion ISK prior to landing the final blow on that Providence. And
Well, I would
and
say
then winning a
Kylo
nightmare.
was working hard to get that max damage because he started shooting at me like 4 gates out.
Yeah.
But you were getting reps
overall-
during part of that time too. So
Yes.
Yeah, overall, I think it could have been advertised a little bit better on the official Eve Echoes side of things to get more people engaged. By the time I heard that it went down, there were a couple, I guess, fleets that were trying to form up to get it.
What's that? What's
But
that?
by the time they did get formed up, then it was basically over. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's how that ended.
You gotta treat NetEase the same way NetEase treats content creators, and just let them know like day before. And then
Right?
maybe that'll work.
Just 2 hours. Just two
Yeah.
hours before.
Early access.
Yeah. But I will say that everyone that did attend the event did say and contacted me said they did have a good time. I had at the height maybe 45 people watching the stream. And I would like to thank everyone again for those that did watch the initial stream and actually gave monetary donations for the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for putting it on,
Awesome.
man. Thanks for putting all the effort into it. Good times.
Seriously.
Yes, sir. Good stuff.
Well, you got to remember that
Right.
this event started here on your channel by me winning that problem.
It did, I know. That's
Exactly.
great. And
Yeah,
we've got
he
another
won
thing
that
that
Providence.
yeah, that's right.
He won that Providence in that Jeopardy championship round.
Mm-hmm. And we got
Crazy,
another thing we've
crazy
been
stuff.
talking about too that we might wind up live streaming. I'll just leave it at that. But the three of us talked about this earlier this week about something that we could do for live
yeah,
streaming that
yeah.
I think would be a blast.
If it's the
You're good.
idea that
You
you're talking, if I'm thinking about the idea that you're talking about, then I'm really excited for that. And I
Mhm.
feel like there's going to be a lot of action there, and yeah, that'd be good.
It's
Yep.
gonna be like WWE in Eve Echoes.
Pretty much.
Okay, that was a bad joke. Vito? Vito?
You know?
All right. Well, good deal, Damon Zell. Thank you for talking about that. And on to the next thing. I was gonna talk about these Rorqual kill mills. Have you guys seen these kill mills?
Yes.
Nice. It
So I
starts.
posted these a couple days ago, and they were on. These were pulled. I know one was off the Chinese server. The other one was shared to me. But let me get to where I'd posted them. I have to scroll up a little bit. All this chatter. The first Rourke was. Holy crap! We talk a lot.
Scroll for
Okay,
days.
the first Rourke kill mill that I've ever seen was this one, and it happened to be 85 billion ISK. And this dude dropped everything too. Like he dropped all of his miners, actually all but one, I want to say. It's in Chinese, so it's hard to really tell. You have to like look into it. But
You posting it on the on air chat?
I don't have an efficient way to do that on my PC. Let me.
I'll take care of that.
I was gonna say, is it over in the staff?
Yep,
Okay.
it's in that channel. You just gotta
Okay.
scroll up.
You got it, Crimson?
So
For the kill mail,
Yes. Yes.
I'm on the prowl.
So, yeah, and that's the 85 billion.
Stop
Boss mail?
dying. Look at this cap kill. Stop dying.
But that is nothing compared to
No.
this next one.
No.
This next one, and Crimson, if you could post this one as well, also pulled off the Chinese server. 231 billion
Yep.
this lost mill was worth. That's just insane. I mean, look at this. Only just from the top people that were hitting it, final damage and most damage were from Bellicose Covert Ops. 6 people took that down.
Jeez. Forever.
Just 6. That's
Forever.
Just 6. Let's see, how much damage did he took? He took over 1 million damage.
Yeah,
Just,
the 6
you know-
Bellicose covert ops were all bots.
It's like a death by 1,000 cuts. That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crimson, you posting it,
I
or do I need to go grab it?
I got them.
Okay.
Just downloaded them, and I am dragging them in now.
There we
If you
go.
use hot, I would deafen you all with
200.
all my keyboard tack
There you
tacking,
go.
so-
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
can hear the clicks. 231.
So 231. That is that's an ouch. That hurts. I can't even look at that.
I think
Wow.
where it says CSYS, the Chinese name next to that translates to "oh shit."
Brown pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Damon, he wants to get kill mills from everybody on this show. In our chat.
Can we get an F? Can we get an F for the Rourke wall?
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
And I'm sure this won't be the last one we'll see, but will they be this expensive? That's the thing. 85 billion is kind of more I guess, more reasonable. And it's still a lot.
Oh, I
But
bet you they'll be over
231,
130.
what
I
the
think.
hell?
Yeah, I think they'll be. Oh, yeah, both from the Chinese server. I think they'll both be over 100. Anything dying though will be over 130 if it has the tactical module installed on it, because the cost of that thing is astrofucking-nomical. It is just astronomical, and the amount of materials that
Yeah.
have to go into just getting the blueprint and then turn around and building it with that blueprint. It's just crazy. It takes structures. It takes all kinds of stuff. The 200 ore data compilers. You got only like what's the percentage chance of the blueprint? Like 93%. Even if you have everything maxed out. Snacks can probably
Yeah, I
tell
don't-
me, but
Yeah.
it's still crazy. So yeah, I
Yes,
bet you it's
indeed.
over 100 billion easy. 120, 130 would be my guess. Too much.
I
yeah.
know a couple people that have them, but I didn't probe them to see how much that it would be, I guess, with that loss and insurance points. And I suppose you could translate that over to ISK cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 7 per, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Something
So,
that.
so F for that guy. Rip. Maddie will try and beat that. So.
I have
Didn't-
faith
I
in
mean,
your
it's a
ability to
tanky
get
thing. It's a tanky bitch. That Rorqual is tanky. It is tanky.
Will
So
it last longer than Maddie on the K4 gate?
yes.
Damn. Rip.
I don't know. Maddie, test it out for us. I'll be at the K4 gate with the squad here.
Yeah. So yeah, just wanted to touch base with those kill mails. I haven't seen those floating around anywhere, so I check those out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's the
Never forget. That's
there's
right.
the 121 Nagelfar.
Mm-hmm. No, that was one tech
121B.
SMEB, not K4. I forgot. That's right. That was one tech SMEB. Yep.
He's coming to K4 now. Yep.
That was a
Meet
fun
up.
day, Quarry. You're right. That was a fun day.
Oh, the highlights of that war.
I
All right.
know.
So there's another thing that happened last week, and Taylor, I know we're gonna go back and forth a little bit, kind of messing with each other here, but for those that don't know,
Oh,
Taylor
no.
Rick has his own podcast that he does aside from this one, and it's specifically for Star Trek. So if there's any Star Trek fans out there, check out his podcast that he does every week, and he does it live, similar to how we do it here. And they talk live, and they have all this fun stuff that they do, right? Well, I've been listening to his podcast for the past few weeks, and I just binge the episodes or whatever. But this last week, I actually went onto their Discord and listened live, and it's about, for context, it's about yeah, you do get to see his face because he actually streams video,
Yep,
and they
we
all
do.
do.
We all do.
Him and his two co-hosts.
Mm-hmm.
And so this week, it was like 8 a.m, and what was it, Sunday? You do it Sundays, right?
Sundays. Yep. Sundays at 10 a.m. Central Time.
So it was 8 a.m. my time, and so I'm outside and I'm doing yard work and I'm working on my house and stuff like that, and I'm listening to a show. Well, they get to the segment where they listen for feedback, or they pull feedback from the listeners in the audience. And so he's going down the list, and I was like, oh my gosh, how much you want to bet this dude's going to unmute me just for shits? And sure as hell, I was right.
Yep.
He trolled me,
I
and
did.
he unmuted me. And I have the clip, so I'll play the clip here in a second. But for context, when he unmuted me, I was outside. I was next to my air compressor. I was like, oh shit, I have like no way to talk. Like,
Okay.
I had my headset in, and so I actually had to run into my house and then unmute. So you may even hear that I was a bit out of breath. I don't know, but I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip.
Oh boy. All right, Daryl. Thanks
I
for your feedback.
suppose.
Appreciate it. Always great
Thanks,
hearing from
Daryl.
you. I'm going to mute you now. Then the last one that's in our feedback, Kyle is right. Kyle, I'm going to unmute you, and you can tell us what you think so far.
Is he your arch nemesis?
He is my arch nemesis. His mic is muted. He might not be able to talk, so this will be kind of funny. I don't know how much he really knows about Trek, so this could be hilarious. He might not even unmute at all. He might just be like, I ain't saying shit. I'll give him a second to see if he responds. If he doesn't, I'll mute him and we'll move
Sometimes
on.
it's wiser not to speak.
Sometimes it is. I'll give you a shot, Kyle, but oh, there he is.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
You seriously unmuted me? Like,
I did.
Yeah,
I just did. It's now, yeah.
well, Chad is right in that sense, where I don't really know anything about Star Trek or even the latest Obi-Wan stuff. But
Well, let me ask you a question. Who's your favorite Jedi in Star Trek?
He had to think about it.
I don't know.
Well, just
what
a
was the name of that
human or
actor in that
Cylon?
movie?
What was the name of the actor in the movie?
No, I know those are two completely different things. At least I know that.
Yeah.
Good.
But no, I'm just a general fan, just listening for entertainment purposes, and I think you guys do a good job with the podcast. So while I'm working on my house,
Thanks.
I just listen passively, and I've been listening to pretty much all your episodes now, and
Nice.
I like the podcast, and I like listening to you guys go back and forth and Chad mess up. So all good.
Well, you got to have something to listen to when the other podcast that we do is too short on the plane, right?
Right. I ran out of podcasts, and so I decided to start this one up. And I genuinely like it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Take care, guys.
Yep. Take care. We'll meet you. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, so that was a big fat fail.
No, it was great. That was awesome. It was so
Surprise
fun.
attack. Oh, that was hilarious.
So the
I
running,
should have said Legolas.
so
Now
the
that
running
I think about it, I should have said Legolas.
Legolas, yeah.
The Ninth Doctor.
So the running joke on that podcast, and my real name is Chad, so whatever, you know that now. But the running joke on that is Chad is wrong. And so Kyle comes and joins the server and calls himself Kyle is right.
I'm his arch nemesis. I'm his number one fan.
Number one fan.
I'm his number one fan.
Oh, God, it's hysterical.
And so later after that, I was like, you totally unmuted me to troll me, didn't you? And he's like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
Of course. I was like, I didn't provide any feedback, nothing. I was muted. I was just listening. I didn't type like anything. And I got that. So Damon Zell wants a server link.
Oh, God.
Let
The
people wanna
server
know.
would go nuts over there.
Rip.
Oh, boy.
No, you get some more followers. You know, people are
might.
into that stuff.
Might.
It's a cool podcast. I mean, I was listening to it live. I know nothing about that, but I just find it good listening. You know, to listen, I guess, to pass time. But
Well, let's get some cross pollination going.
It's a fun show. I mean, we talk about everything. I mean, we had a 35-minute segment one time where we were talking about a court case. I mean, so because it involved stuff that had to do with Trek merchandising or whatever else. And I mean, it was fun. So we talk about everything.
so there's another aspect of your show, Taylor Rick, that I really liked when I was part of that, and what you guys have, and what I also implemented with this show is a voicemail feedback system.
Yeah.
So you can actually call into the show and leave a voicemail message. And so I like that idea so much, I set one up.
I gotta ask you every week. Once we gets going for a while, how many robots call in? How many
Right.
telemarketers and things like that?
Oh, we
You know,
have.
it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I can do outgoing calls with that too. And so I can do like prank phone calls and stuff. The number that's not associated with me. But we actually did have one person call into the show and leave a message.
Oh, just one so far, huh? Okay.
Just one. I had some people text me. But for anybody that's listening or may not know of this yet, the show has a phone number that you can call and leave feedback. You can leave comment, or you can just give Taylor, Rick, and I, or Crimson some shit, and we'll take it.
I'll take all of it.
Honestly, I mean,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
fun.
we'll take all of it.
Best.
It's good entertainment, and if you have actual questions that you want us to answer on air, then we'll play it, and then we'll answer your question. But I do have one phone call or one message, and it's only 6 seconds long, which is a little longer. But here, I'll play it here.
Quandale Dingle here, and I just saw someone put decomposers on that Abaddon.
And that was it.
Holy shit!
Somebody put decomposers on an Abaddon.
Quandale Dingle himself, huh?
Yeah,
Uh,
he just saw someone put decomposers on an Abaddon. So,
They're kind of like lasers.
you know what's great about that, Rambo? Just the greatest thing about that is Quandale Dingle. That was me.
yeah, I know.
I know you know.
I figured.
He posts up the phone number, and he's like so happy about it. He's like, "Oh my god, we got a voicemail." And I'm like, "I didn't tell him."
But then the clue, he's like first.
I
was like, oh,
I
he
was like,
totally
why
did
did I do that? I screwed that up. I should not have put first.
Yeah. Totally gave it away.
Uh,
But I've had a couple people text me, so that's cool. And I was actually replying with that. I was like, yeah, okay.
it's a cool
But,
thing. I hope people use it. I hope people call into the show and leave us voicemails. Give us your commentary and your feedback about how you think things are going in the game, how you think things are going with the community. You want to call somebody out or bitch out somebody for killing your ship, whatever. I don't care. You just call us, leave us voicemails. We'll play them. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Throw
Let the
some
salt
bounties in there.
flow.
Let's hear some like topics and bounties and like
Yeah.
Maybe name
let
drop
the
some
propaganda
people.
flow.
Yeah, if you've got a PPK out on, I don't know, like Epicritical for no reason, that'd be good. Put that out there. Just let us know.
And I do want to note that everything's anonymous unless they specify otherwise, like Taylor just did. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be cool if more people use that and give me some funny phone calls or something. Be great.
PPK is pay per kill. Snacks. That's what PPK stands for. Welcome to New Eden.
Yeah. And another thing.
That should have been a question. That should have been a question on Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. What does PPK stand for? Snacks would have lost right there.
What? And here we thought.
Oh, he wants the
all-
rate. Okay, sorry. Sorry. So I'm the dumbass. See, I'm wrong. Taylor is wrong.
Chad is wrong. Chad is wrong.
I don't even know where he's aiming.
I don't know what the PPK
So-
is. Probably 15%, Bradrick. Usually that's about right.
So the game updated the market pricing. Did anybody see this in the market today in the more specifically the capital ships?
I did.
Am I talking to myself here or what?
Nope, I did.
No, not the speed, but the estimated price of the Revelation is 10,000 ISK. So what does that mean? That means that somebody recently, before the market got updated, sold their Revelation for 10,000 ISK.
Oops.
I guarantee you somebody bought that Revelation for 10K ISK.
Well, what happened is someone started typing and they forgot to type a few extra zeros. I don't know why they would sell it for 10 billion, but whatever. They started typing and forgot some zeros, put it up and said, "Oh shit!" Probably went to take it down, and someone bought it before they could fix it.
Yeah, it's quick.
I mean, holy crap! And everybody says the market's dead. Look how fast that sold. I mean, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you put stuff up, and I mean, depending on what it is, I suppose.
Well, even if it was a setup to drop the IP, the only way that would work is if you hadn't died in your Revelation yet. Because if you've already died, then your IP is already set, so you can't go and change it at that point. I mean, it's not like you're going to go and have why would you do that anyway? You'd have to have another one to go and sell, or your buddy's going to go accidentally sell it so that your IP goes down. None of this.
Revs.
Yeah. None of that makes sense, but.
Yeah, so there's another F for another pilot out there that
Yep. Effed up.
Yeah, and we're gonna be seeing that all week, by the way, until they update the markets again.
I instantly went over there to try to see if I could buy one. I just couldn't help it. It's just, I gotta go see if it's there. That'd be hilarious. Even if it was 10 billion by accident, I would have hit buy instantly. So,
yeah. And someone had posted the screenshot. Its market estimated value is 10,000 ISK. No
I don't know.
joke.
We'll see. Snacks. Maybe they're brilliant. You're right. Who knows?
Yep. Oh, great. So then also in addition, we had the new CCs get added today. We get a freaking hooray for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should play like a clapping sound effect. Here we go. Clap to the new CCs. A handful of them got added today. And let's see, I woke up at 6:30 in the morning or even before that to Taylor here saying, check the CC channel. I was like, oh, great. And the first thing I do is put the 2 eyeball emoji in there. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on?
Oh, no.
So, yes. So they came in waves, it seemed. We had like a first wave of new CCs, and it was like all people I haven't heard of. And then another wave of CCs came later. And then those are some of the names that I did know.
Yeah, yeah. A few of them I noticed. I mean, Chicken's in there now. That's cool. Congrats, Chicken. So.
And then Taylor, you made it in.
I did, and so I don't know if the timing on that is like brilliant on my end or really bad on my end. Because the first thing that happened once I was in there was I got an ahoy there from Captain Benzie, and he's like, I don't know what your content is. What give me a link to your content? And I'm like, you probably don't want to see this week's content. And he's like, nah, hit me with it. So I did.
Yeah. And in case nobody has seen it yet, in Taylor Rick's latest YouTube short that he did, I nicknamed it in our private chat, Taylor Unhinged Episode 1.
yeah, exactly. I kind of went a little overboard, but it is what it is.
But yeah, it's getting people talking, right? So
yeah.
That's the goal of it. So yeah, new CCs, and then also talk about that horrid color that they had.
Yeah, you couldn't even see it. I mean, you know how it is on the gray background of Discord, because unless you're like a psychopath, you don't use the white background. They've made this purple color that just blended in. It was like almost painful to read the names, and so then they instantly. I mean,
you couldn't
read
it.
The whoever controls that on the Discord side, I'll just call them the devs. The devs did something in record time. They went and changed all the colors to everybody, and so I'm kind of a nice fuchsia color now. It looks good.
It was most likely one of the Reddit moderators that did that.
Probably.
Yeah. And
they were quick.
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still ended up getting a screenshot and saying this is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Can't even read it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it fixed.
But
I don't know.
anyway.
Local's fine, Timma. Local seems fine to me in the last, month. I don't have a problem with local. Local seems
Not
okay.
nearly, yeah, seriously, not nearly as much overlap as last month.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
There are a lot of little
really have any
things that they're rolling out lately. A lot of things that they're rolling out. Little tiny things that all kind of add up. Some serious quality of life updates in the last couple of months. So.
And did you want to talk about something with Benzene Industry? You hinted at that before.
Well, I mean, he put up a thing on Monday about the insurance stuff, and that's what prompted me to react with that video that I put up the next day. There's, I mean, you can go watch that and see my thoughts on it. We don't need to rehash all that here or get me going where I'm going to get upset again.
Yeah, like the rants, the good old fashioned. Got to get the ideas out there. That's where the conversations get made. But
yeah, and I mean, I really wanted to talk about gameplay styles and get into that. I just couldn't get that whole thing out of my head, and it just set me off. So, but
that really burned your britches, didn't it?
It did. I mean, there are lots of problems with the game, but at the end of the day, I love the game. That's why I'm doing this right here. I'm not doing this for the clicks. I'm not doing this for whoever. I don't care. I'm having a fun. This is fun. This is a blast. I hate it when I miss a show. because I have a good time. I like seeing everybody in the chat talking. We have the discussion, and we talk about how we play the game and how we can play the game differently and who's doing what and all of that. But and there are problems with the game, right? And I think it's perfectly fine for us to talk about the problems with the game and discuss ways to fix those problems, and in a way that we think that devs are going to actually do something about it or listen, even if we know in our hearts that they're not going to change insurance, which we all know they're not going to change insurance. They've said this 1,000 times. They're not going to change insurance. They think it works the way it's intended, and they want it there the way it is so that they don't lose players, and they don't see that they're doing the exact opposite, but whatever. They're not going to change it unless something drastically changes with players, player base, right? So, but that doesn't mean that even though you know that, you should go out there and lie about it and say that you think insurance is great and that that's not the problem, and it's the high-sec islanders that's the problem. The high-sec islanders are not the effing problem. What the hell? Do what?
It's a different topic entirely.
Yeah, it's a different topic. I mean, and that's what tied into what I was want to talk about, though, which is gameplay style, right? This is a sandbox. Everybody should be allowed to play this game the way that they want to. Period. There's no rules. If I want to go kill somebody, I go kill somebody. If I want to go blow up their paws, I go blow up their paws. I want to steal their PI, I steal their PI. I want to dive in and grab their loot, I dive in and grab their loot. I mean, whatever, right? If I want to go sit in a high-sec island and make a whole bunch of money and I don't know what to do with it, and I don't buy things
Ain't
off the
nobody
market,
stopping you.
ain't nobody stopping you. Go for it. Have fun. The game is about having fun, enjoying yourself, and playing it the way that you want to. And there's nobody who should be able to tell you different. You should be able to play the game any way you want.
That goes by ships too. Folks need to start flying like a lot of the lower tier ships, but like higher text form. There's so many different ways to play this. You're so right.
Oh, and we're seeing that now. I mean, that's what's great since the April balance patch, even though it wasn't the best balance patches, we are seeing that now with the mix-up of ships. It's good. Go ahead, Rambo. Sorry. Like I said, I'm going to get fired up.
Yeah, you're all fired up. I know. The chat was all fired up, too. And you should really do a Taylor Rick versus Captain Benzie debate show.
Yeah.
And then I will be there with my soundboards, see?
It kind of bugs me how rarely it is Benzie like interacts with other content creators outside of Reddit. He does post on Reddit quite often, and he's got his own Discord that's pretty good. But I want to see more like cross play, more interactions between the different content creators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love that Damon Zell comes on here, and like I love that
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to go 1v1 Scipio and his Daredevil and my Succubus. That'd be great. We should record that and watch me die. It'd be great.
Well, in Benzie's case, it's time zone difference, of course.
It is tough. He is in Africa. Yep, as we know.
I have had him on the podcast in last season. I had a nice chat with him too. So
yeah,
nice.
And I just want to make it clear, I don't have anything personally against the guy. You know, this isn't like a personal thing. I get all worked up, but it's not personal. It's just, I vehemently disagree with the point of view. That's all. Doesn't mean I can't still have a conversation. Just like Bradrick here. Bradrick's typing right now. And Bradrick and I had a little back and forth this week too on Reddit about that video and what is appropriate to say, what's not appropriate to say, and getting on other content creators. But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's good. It's good to hash out and have a debate. I'm capable of changing my mind and fully admitting that I'm wrong. So I'm not wrong yet, though.
Yeah. And then talk about this other, I guess, pseudo CC that we were talking with on Reddit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crimson, fill us in on that.
Yeah, so Jarmog hit me up just before the show last week with access to, or just after the show, I think, whatever the timeline, with access to this site of tools that he's been developing. And they're really cool. Let me pull them up for y'all. I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, so I probably should ask permission from him first. But if you want access, hit up Jarmog on Reddit.
Send a link to his Reddit profile. He's got all his posts.
I'm 78% certain I talked to him about this already, and I'm just like blanking. I said I'd give him a shout out at least in some of the shows, and I think there was that Reddit post too that had that.
Yeah, I think he's fine with us talking about it. That's part of my Reddit post with him, or conversation with him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a PI calculator, which other tools out there have done that, with a little bit more sorting, a little bit easier to calculate, how many jumps away for those. But it's real nice having like that for a base of operations, and then a few other trend lines, which he updates every Wednesday. It's a manual effort. It takes a bit of his time, a bit of his effort to get that up there and out there for everyone. But if you look real close at some of the trend lines going on for ore in particular, you can actually like get different subsections, groupings, and specific ones. Hedbergite, for example, is taking a nosedive at the moment. Bistot, similarly. I think it's going to be a lot easier to see a lot of the market moves moving forward as long as this keeps going.
Yeah, I really like the charting and the graphing of it. Yeah, it gets back to one of the things you talked about, Crimson, which is if you really wanted to be a marketeer and try to watch market trends and buy low, sell high, you've got lots of avenues to do that already. But this is a nice additional tool for that.
Right, and the two articles that I wrote this week actually have to do pretty heavily with the market and some of the interactions and ways to stabilize it. So this is entirely on point, on topic. I'm kind of stoked that he shared this with me.
Yeah, and actually you had one today. I didn't get to read it just yet. You were posting it earlier when I was busy.
Yeah, tell us about that, because you've got music. I was wanting to do that when I could sit and listen to the music and read too. Tell us about that. That's a hell of an idea.
So it's an experimental thing, and I probably chose too soft of a first song, but hopefully the TLDR makes up for it. The idea is to try and limit. I like to talk. I like to write, and I tend to overdo it. So I'm gonna try and like limit myself to the amount of time that those songs would take to listen to for how much time it takes to read what I make. And they have a sort of like, think of them like headers, think of them like chapter titles. They kind of have a conversation with the topic at hand, but they're not directly needed to experience the article either. So if you want to go silent, like I usually keep my phone, that's the way to go.
No, I think it's a fantastic idea. I love it.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the topics at all? Maybe like ammo or the state of the market on top of that, or
You can if you want. We got time.
Yeah, sure.
cool. Thoughts on how much of a nosedive ore and minerals have been taken lately, and ways to fix that? Any of y'all?
So thoughts on taking ore and fixing it?
Yeah, that's the main topic that I wanted to discuss this week.
Well, it was in a hope that they were going to do that with the balance update and adjusting some of the materials cost for capitals rather than such an ISK sink that they are, as if they in a way flipped it, or at least made it more balanced to where it uses more minerals in planetary and less ISK. So that was a hope anyway, but obviously, we didn't see that.
No.
But often, too, you do see that wars drive up industry as well. So it's another thing too to look at. Is there really any like huge ongoing battles currently? Not server wide anyway.
No, there are a few. There are a few good big battles going on down south, all over the old GenFed area, and especially over towards the bottom right hand of the map, the southeast corner, if you will. But I don't know if the wars would really push up or
prices
market wide. I don't think it would really do that. Even if it was a server wide war. And it's because you still have this problem of insurance, where if the ship dies, they just insurance it and get it back, and it's just the only thing it would drive up, which is what every war always drives up, is rig prices, maybe a little bit of PI just because of someone building something different and they didn't have a stockpile of it, and maybe structures that have to come back after they were blown up, pauses, things like that. So your structure PI definitely tends to go up a little bit during and after a war, but the modules, rigs, different rigs for different doctrine, different fittings. you'll see some of those go up a little bit because those don't always get completely replaced in game with insurance. But I don't know, from my standpoint, there's only two things that we can really do that the devs, and the devs have to do this. This isn't up to the players. This is a dev-centric thing. If you want to fix the issue of the constant, everything's going to be worth 1 as far as the minerals go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be the minerals in order.
They haven't slipped that far. At least Trit hasn't. There have been a few 1 sales in the last week.
Yeah, Trit's right there. It's about ready to go to 1. So I think there's 1 or 2 things that have to happen. Either insurance has to get adjusted in a way to where there's actual loss in the game, right? And so whatever just got blown up is lost and has to be built again or found again. The blueprints for the rigs have to be found again. The ships have to be built again, period. Every time. No pooling, no throwing a buy order up somewhere that doesn't actually show up anywhere and just being funny about it. They actually have to get, there has to be loss. This game is built around loss, period. Things have to get taken out of the system. And the more things that get taken out of the system, then you will get inflation, which is what we need. We have deflation. We've had deflation for 2 years straight, nonstop. Every once in a while it pauses, maybe bumps up a little bit because of a new patch. There's something new content-wise, and then it just keeps bottoming again. And so there has to be loss. And so the first thing that has to happen is insurance. The second thing, if they're not going to do that, if they just flat out refuse, then there has to be some other way that things are getting lost. If not via insurance, then there has to be some other way that material is getting pulled out of the system. If it's not from ships blowing up and not from structures blowing up, then it has to get pulled out some other way. What's that?
NetEase just takes it.
Or players going on hiatus, because whatever their goods are, if they don't come back, that's out of the market, for as long as they're out of the market. But there needs to be more of a sync that isn't, the trouble is everything stays at the moment.
Yeah. Well, capitals don't. And to clear up something that someone, maybe a post that you made actually that I was reading, I think, capitals don't get, and some people are. I'm sure there are some whales out there who are insuring their capitals, but technically from a money management situation, you should not insure your capitals. You should just make another one. You should constantly make another one. I don't insure mine.
That was the conversation with Miner for Life. Yeah, I remember asking him specifically if a lot of the big alliances and corporations are actually like insuring their capitals or just rebuilding them.
Yeah, we're just building them. Yeah, we're constantly in my corp. We're just nonstop building capitals, and that way, when someone does happen to die in one, they've got another one they can grab. And we're just constantly building because it's less money. It's cheaper. It's just cheaper to do that than it is to insure them. Period.
Another way they can tackle it too is from the supply side here. They could actually reduce the flow of IP coming into the game if they really wanted to make those sort of decisions move down the tier ladder.
I don't think they'll do that. Okay, so I guess a third idea would be, I think you talked about it before too, Crimson. I know, Rambo, you and I have talked about it way back when I started on the show, which was this idea, and maybe even a certain captain posted this idea at some point too, but if you're in exactly. If you're in high sec, then there's only a certain number of ores that are available, period. And if you're in the next lower tiered system, then maybe there's a few others. Just it is like that now. But what I mean by that is maybe when you're in Null, there's 2 or 3 types of minerals that you just can't get, period, because they're only in high sec or they're only in low sec. Right? Or there's different areas on the map where materials are more prevalent than others. Instead of just having this system where no matter where you go, you can always get titanium, you can always get pyrite, you can always get mechs. Maybe it's a different mix of the 3 in terms of how much, but you can get all 3 of them.
That would certainly spread out the need for different markets in different areas. I really like that idea.
That's the thing. That's the thing that would drive that is now you have different markets at different places around instead of just JITA. You've moved it out, which then gives a little bit of their shitty delivery service that they have, a little bit of a chance for things moving around. But I don't know.
It's a membrane that have to cross over. Yeah.
No, Rosalind, I don't want us to have to fly Trit from high sec to low sec. I don't, or null every day. I don't necessarily want, well, okay, maybe I do. But you open up the delivery system to the corporation in the corporation missions area, instead of the delivery ships only being able to be used by actual in-game deliveries from ITCs, they can be used to your Citadel by your own court members for your own shit with those delivery ships. That would be nice.
They've got a little bit of the backbone, it looks like, in some of the structures for the menus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been there for a long time, and I haven't seen them make any moves toward like a new building or a relook at how corps are managed. I'd love to see alliance missions, things like that. Like, they haven't looked at that system, and I don't know if they're going to. This is supposed to be the year for quality of life, though, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
Right. Then while we're kind of in this debate table right now, we had a member ask the question the other day in, I think it was general chat. It may have been on air chat. And what was it? How to get players? How do you get players? How do you revive the player count in Eve Echoes? What are your thoughts on this?
Advertising is the first way, but that's not like super effective from what I understand in the game dev world. It's tough.
So I don't agree with that. So here's why I don't agree with it. Not to put too fine a point in it, but there's this other game that people tried to get me to play before I started playing Eve Echoes, and it was total shit, and it's still total shit. And it's called Star Trek Fleet Commander. It's crap. It's total crap. I don't play it. But yet I see ads for it all the effing time, all over YouTube, all over streaming on Paramount Plus or whatever, wherever. It's everywhere. I did give it a try, but it sucked. But I gave it a try because I saw the ads, and of course people I knew were talking about it. But it sucked, and I walked away from it. So but the ads worked.
They will bring folks to the show, but if there is no band to play, they ain't sticking around. And then you're out the money and the player base. So long as they, throw some money your way while they're there, I could see it being beneficial, at least from a dev's perspective. But what they need is the ground level content. They need the place for new players to grow up and learn how to fly.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I'm okay with the tier system, because you can rush through that tier system so fast anymore. I don't know if the tier system really matters as much as what most people think it does, because you remember when we were playing back in the day, August 2020, that tier system felt like forever and a day. But the speed you roll through it now is astronomically faster. I mean, 30 days you can be in a Vindicator, or 30 days you can be all the way up to T8, flying a Scepter.
You're halfway there after the tutorial, like T5 right there. And at that point, you can fly some real, not incredible ships, but the Stabber's effective.
Yeah.
There's tons of
So, in my whole perception on this too, I do think that they need to advertise this game more. We don't really see ads. We saw an anniversary YouTube video, and they tried promoting the game that way.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it's like we see ads for other games. I'm just watching a video from Adam Savage, and I see a Diablo Immortals ad come on. I'm like, why am I seeing it? I don't want to see this. I want to see Eve Echoes ads.
Yep.
If they're going to give me gaming ads, I mean, okay, they gave me a game ad, but
so
give
ads
me
are
more
kind of
diversity.
Like you can get folks there, but if they don't stick, they're not super effective. And unfortunately,
I think
need something to bring people in and get them to stick.
With the initial player base that we have now, it's either been by word of mouth, or if the people are like me, I just happened to look it up one day and I caught Eve Echoes as it was in beta, and I pre-ordered it, so it was available for download as soon as it loaded. It's like, cool, that's how I got it. But otherwise, like, how many Eve Online players know that there's a mobile version of this app? Right?
Oh, I'm sure they do. Every EVE Online player got an ad or an email at some point about it, I know. And maybe they might have missed it. Maybe they haven't done it again and need to, but I'm sure quite a few do. In fact, I think last time I logged into EVE Online, like a month ago, into my old account, there was something on there. I want to say that there was something in my email inbox again about Echoes. But that's probably the only place they're advertising, which is a weird place to advertise. Go play a different game.
I assume they're keeping it within circles of the fan base. They're going where they think the best bang for their buck is with the ads, but they're not looking outside. They're not looking to bring folks in by advertising at, say, sci-fi conventions or,
Yeah.
Maybe we need to do
gaming
some
websites.
prank phone calls.
News.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Eve Echoes?
Or
There
one
we
of
go.
the
Start knocking
one
on
of the
some
priests
doors.
from Amar, pick out one of those guys' names. Well, that's the second thing.
Start knocking on some doors.
Yeah. So if I put if I put my dev hat on for a minute, and I was sitting here looking at this and actually realized what the state of the game really is versus whatever they think is going on, the first thing I would do would be ads, period, plain and simple, short little ads, 30 seconds a piece. I'd put them all over Reddit. I'd put them all over YouTube. And that's what I would do. And I would watch to see player counts and maybe massage that adding a little bit. But the second thing that I do would do is go in and rewrite the scripting. The scripting and the storytelling of these things is horrible. The scripting of the intro tutorials you go through is bad. Most people in this game that are playing this game don't know anything about the lore because it's buried behind some weird browser window thing that pops up inside the game. There's no events, FanFest things going on to drum up things. There's no they don't do anything. You're right, Maddie. They don't do anything live where they're showing all these players, having a good time together. And that's what one of the ads would be. If I was going to make an ad for this game, it would not be an ad showing you slick graphics that were just put together in a cinematic view. It would be showing you actual fights and you listening to people in those fights, in those small rooms, getting excited, getting worried, going, oh shit, messing up, screwing things up, and then maybe fixing things. Or it'd be funny conversations coming from a mining fleet where they're bored out of their mind, but they're still having fun because they're talking. And it would highlight the greatest part of this game, which isn't the graphics, which isn't the lore or the background, and it's not even the gameplay of mining or even the gameplay of PvP, which is a lot of fun. It's the community. And it's the fun you can have when you're flying together. So, that's the big thing.
My argument is not that ads would be ineffective, period. I'm just saying they should be timed alongside some sort of major event that will capitalize and hook folks, keep them here, get them into. I'm talking a rework of the story system, the encounters. We've already seen some of that in this recent event. The encounters that provides have a different GUI than the old encounters on how you. If you've noticed when you return the goods, which suggests that they've got new story bits in the works, but what they really need to do is retranslate and rework a lot of those, the story, the mission running bingo card. I'd love to see maybe a mission running ladder where you have certain decision points you can take, almost like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You could take one of the lower tier loot boxes, or you could try and keep going for the harder stuff. I don't know. More of a dynamic mission system would be just the ticket to really capitalize on ads, bringing in new players. Yeah.
With a storyline behind it that plays into the events they're about to roll out. That actually, that's a lot of writing though. So I don't want to discount that as being something simple that they can do.
Oh yeah.
Writing is difficult. Telling a story and crafting it and getting it to fit with everything else is time consuming. Yeah. And you're right. They have no creativity.
Don't be like John.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
We'll get into that when we start talking about this latest stuff. But anyway, I was going to add to something about the tier system, but I was going to say I've actually never been to Comic-Con. We should set up a table. Join my court.
It is expensive. It is.
We should just set up a table where we're all three sitting there drinking coffee, and we have a sign in front of it that say Eve Echoes is the greatest mobile game of all time. Change my mind.
Girl Scout cookies. We got Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
That'll get people's attention, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was funny. But the tier system, with EO, they as an alpha character, you can actually do quite a bit more. And so with Eve Echoes being so locked behind that Omega status, does kind of suck.
It's a wall.
So
It does.
Yeah, I think for newer players or just players that don't want to do the monthly thing, you just open up a bit more skills and a higher tier level, bring them up to 9, and give them some more skills and be able to get used to the game or something, and then give them some sort of incentive to actually get Omega, right? Rather than, oh well, I can't send you a contract because you don't have Omega,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can't do
Yeah,
this
you're not-
because you don't have Omega.
You can't be a part of our corp. You're not one of us. You're not there yet.
Right. And a lot of corporations, it's mandatory to have Omega. Like, you have to have it.
Can you as a corp donate Omega to your different users?
Sure. It's called Corp Omega. It costs you 170 plex. That's it. Because it's the same thing as paying for it. If you're just going to pay for standard Omega, I do it all the time. In fact, I do it via the new corp missions section, where if you can, if you can say, hey, I can make sure that I donate 470,000 or 470 million points, because every point is worth an ISK in our corp. Then yeah, we can get you Corporation Omega, and then you've paid for it, and that's how you pay it back. Actually, we give it to you first, and if you pay it back in the first 30 days with those points, you're good. So yeah, Mateus right there for my corp, he's got 2 Corp Omegas, and he bought them. You can do that too, where you just go and donate directly to the. Yeah, exactly, hot guy. Yeah, you missed out on that.
Nine bells. I wonder if you can do that through the corp missions in the.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah,
exchange.
you could just exactly. You could do it through that, or you could donate to the wallet, and then I go and get it, or whatever. But we do it where there's a points conversion system, and it's simple. So, yeah.
And there's another thing too with, and this could probably go into the whole market thing and mineral pricing, is adding ammo to the game. I've been hearing both sides of that conversation. As in, it's good and it's bad.
It would do the job, but I don't think it would do the job well.
So, if you're talking about ways to take more things out of the system, if you want ore prices to be worth more and you want PI prices to be worth more, or at least be more stable, then you have to take more of it out. There has to be more consumption of it, and I don't necessarily mean that there's not a lot of consumption by the players now. There is. It's just that their consumption, it never goes away. There's no loss. So ammo would be nice. I don't know how much it would necessarily take out if it's too damn simple to make, to make missiles or whatever, crystals or whatever for lasers and your rail ammo, whatever that would be. I forget. It's been a while since I've looked at EVE Online, but that would definitely take some stuff out of the system for sure. It definitely would.
Yeah. And
I think it's a good thing. They've already introduced this ability to put extra bonuses on your ship with nanocores, right? And so now ammo would do the same thing. You can still fire your lasers. You can still fire your rails if you don't have any ammo. They're just not going to be as effective. Or they don't get to change the damage type. You can increase thermal, decrease kinetic, whatever, and switch things around. So anything that sinks minerals in PI is good, especially when it's something that has to constantly get replaced. You give your industry guys a little something to do. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's just thought. Hey, should we get into the official game news?
Oh, yeah.
That's a big fat rip. Yeah, we're just gonna glance over this stuff real quick, and they did have a Q&A that actually came out during the last episode, and this one only had 3 questions, and I think there was a content creator that was kind of questioning why only 3, but they just said, yeah, it's only 3 for this week. But anyway, would it be possible to get some kind of small on-screen number letting you know what pirate wave you're on that stays on the screen? Sometimes it's hard to see the quick wave notification on a light background while frantically trying to grab loot before the next pirate wave. Thank you. They said, good suggestion. We will try to make this notification a docked one that stays on. Okay, so I think that'll be a good addition. It's as long as they don't put it somewhere annoying, right? Right under the fleet control.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had another question here. Would it be would be great if we can contact a contract creator by clicking on their name in the contract. Since many names use characters unique to different keyboards, it's not always easy tracking down the creator. They also said thanks for that suggestion, and they will add a button to contact the creator in the contract interface.
Nice.
Okay, so typically I know who's contracting me, so I MF them in Discord, but I suppose if this is something that, I don't know, people in Jita do or something.
What
But,
does FM then mean in Discord?
MF.
You said MF?
Eh,
Do you mean DM?
Yeah, MFM. No, motherfuck them in
Oh.
Discord. Like, give them crap. Wow.
I wasn't sure you're going there. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Oh man.
I'm gonna drink my beer. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
So contracts.
Yeah.
Contracts would be cool. I'd love to see something like that for some of the other market tabs too. Basically, everything should be linked to everything else, at least for ease of use.
Right. Then,
And if it becomes like an issue for UI, just tapping it, if that's too much, you should be able to hold and then, use that as a link
yeah.
for any keyword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tap and hold. Easy enough.
So they have this third question. Currently there is seemingly no way to increase mining drone optimal range other than the skills, and that caps out at 30 kilometers. Would it be possible to make it so the omnidirectional tracking link modules affect mining drones too, or perhaps range rigs? And Cloud answered that. He says, we plan to add the mining drone range rig to the Scout anomaly as a loot around July and include the rig in the blueprint secret trafficking container as well. So according to them, those are coming.
Okay.
Well, okay.
That's fine.
Then going down their announcements, they announced this a couple days ago as part of their patch notes. They have this new list system. And this is where you read up all about John and he doesn't know how to use Excel or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That makes me excited.
When I
our
heard
corporation
about this,
needs to build more ships. John, please purchase some materials.
yeah. When I heard about this, I was like, oh, John's on an anti-Excel campaign. The list system is designed to help pilots deal with complicated calculations. And then they say mainly characterized by a list of stored items. The system provides a series of tools to make it easier for your players, such as industrial, transport, purchase, and other actions. So they do have the link to their website of the patch notes, and I do have it up here. The patch notes. So yay, we get the new content. So they did their whole maintenance thing, Rip the Revelation. And then we get the new content of the Concord Pass. So Concord Pass Season 10 will start on July 1st. And then they will bring the following content: the Imperial Battlecruiser Guardian Exile Nanocore supply, which offers the Prophecy Exile Core, the Ferox Exile Core, Myrmidon Exile Core, Cyclone Exile Core of your choice. And then they talk more about this list system. And it provides a number of functions, specified a number of items in the inventory with one tap, as well as purchase the specified number of items with one tap. Capsuleers can merge, select duplicates, double, and deduct the list. Capsuleers can generate a list from industry, contract, blueprint, inventory, ship, fitting, and the combat log systems. Capsuleers can share the list via chat channels or copy it to the clipboard. Okay,
So
well,
they
I
essentially
haven't
created a
used this yet.
calculator.
Right.
Go ahead, Crimson.
So they essentially created a calculator. I don't know if you guys remember way back, one of the other community questions from, I think it was like a month or two ago, was like,
Yeah.
are you guys going to implement a calculator?
Yeah.
use the one on your phone. I think was the general response. Was the
Right.
response one? But that's it. That's all that list seems to do to me, except
So
you know.
yeah, there's two problems with this thing right from the get. First off, I think it's great. It's a great addition. It's a nice little holy shit. They just throw it on us out of the blue. It's a very nice addition, but there's two problems with it right off the bat. First off, if you look at the list in your industry bill, you go do a blueprint or whatever, and then you see the list of materials you need. You can generate a list from right there that just gives you the total amount you need for the entire build, which is fine. And then you can subtract your current inventory from it too, which is great. It doesn't take your skills into account at all.
Oh.
It doesn't. If you have 0 skills, which would mean you're at 150%, or maybe you're 146 because you're in a Citadel or something with a buff, and you've got an assembly workshop. So for me, my one alt says I have 146%, and it lists out the numbers, and I go create the list, and the numbers aren't the same because it only dumps the numbers in there if you're at a 100% on your skill. Conversely, on my other alt, which is at 92% on the exact same build, and I can see the numbers over there, and I go create the list, it's still at 100. Every time, it's always at 100. It's never at whatever your skills are at. So that's problem number one.
Yeah, not connected. It's not connected to the skills that you have there.
Correct. It's connected to whatever that build is at 100%. So that's an easy thing to fix.
It'll create excesses when you actually go to the manufacturer. You'll have a little bit over every time you try, which it's imprecise, but it's not a deal breaker for me.
No, that's not a deal breaker, but it's imprecise, right? And the number one thing that most indie guys like to have is very precise numbers. All right, give me exact numbers, right? And so when you don't have that, it turns you off instantly. So that's too bad. They can fix that though. That's not a hard fix. So let's hope that they do. That's the first problem with it. The second problem with it is now that you've got this list, you can share it around and whatever. But you can't turn it, and you can turn it into a market order for Jita. Thanks. 27 jumps away. Why can't I turn it into a market order for my corporation? If everything that they want to do is push people into the corporations and push those corporations out towards null, because that's like their number one thing. Whenever they talk about the community and all, they don't want to increase things for the alliance. They want to bolster the corporation. They want to see more corporations that are bigger and pushed out towards null from high and low sec. That's their big thing. So this list needs to go to, okay, when I buy it, I need to buy it from the core. So that pilot, that individual, should be able to post that to the corp market page in order to be able to buy those from the corporation. It's a one-click. You've already got a one-click for putting them on the market in Jita. Why can't they have a one-click to put them on the market for the corporation? And the exact same thing the other way. I should be able to put a one-click on there for the corporation to put out buy orders to all the pilots. Simple. That would make you fix those two things. This list system is phenomenal. You don't fix those two things, it's a handy tool sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of those flaws of modular design. They've probably got a specific team on that rollout, and they're not talking to whatever team handled the implementation of skills, for example, or the implementation of, whatever needs to be linked to it. There's not enough interconnectivity between the different dev teams that they have going on there, is what it sounds like, led to sort of a lackluster. Like, it's cool, it's neat, it's not perfect.
Yeah,
it's not there yet.
And I'm fine with them. I'm fine with them rolling out these things like this that are not fully polished, right? Because at least they rolled them out and they did something. They had a decent idea and they rolled it out. Now, if they, like they did with the corporation stuff, now if they monitor it and they watch it and they see how people are using it and they take some feedback and buff it up a little bit,
yeah,
cool, I'm fine with that. But if they just dump it like this, leave it, and just forget about it like they did the delivery system for the very beginning of the game, then it's worthless. And it's just ridiculous. So I don't know.
The delivery system needs such a look, such help. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
All right. Well, let's move on here. I know there's a little bit more. I want to get to Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. So they added the corporation news feature to the corporation screen. Capsulers can learn about the latest events of the corporation through the news. That's if they don't keep up with Discord.
That's cool.
They added some fleet command things in here as well. Added features: standby statistics, commander mode, caretaker mode, and apply to be a commander. So we'll breeze through some of these real quick. Standby statistics. Upon initiation from the commander, fleet members will choose to respond according to the ship types they pilot. The fleet panel will display the number of members who responded and ship types. Okay. I haven't seen any of this just yet. I haven't been in a fleet, at least not in a PvP fleet, in a couple days, so I haven't got to see any of this just yet. So they have commander mode. Upon activation, all commands coming from the fleet commander will turn into fleet commands. Okay. Caretaker mode. Upon activation, fleet members will automatically respond to 3 fleet commands: approach, orbit, and Stargate jump after 8 seconds.
Okay, that's rad.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I don't know how that part of it works. I didn't see that in the fleet that I was in earlier, but and I do know that there's some things that were not working with the approach and orbit, but maybe these little patches we got today might have fixed it. I don't know.
So by caretaker mode, I guess you're just taking care of the sleepers, the people that are lagging behind.
Yeah, get in the bubble. Get back in the bubble.
Come on.
Bubble.
It would
Why
be great
are you
if
100 km out when you should be right here on the gate.
It would be great if you can push one button and everybody that's in the fleet that's also in your system just automatically either approaches or warps to you and then approaches, and so you can kind of control all their ships. If that's what that does, that's fantastic.
Like a rally command or something to that
Yeah,
effect.
yeah.
And I like this one too. Apply to be a commander. If the fleet commander has not initiated any fleet command within 3 minutes, fleet members can select apply to be a commander in the fleet setting panel. Fleet commander and fleet admiral will receive the application first. The application will be passed if one of the two permits. The application will fail if one of them rejects. If they disagree with each other, whoever made the first choice will get to decide. If they don't respond within 10 seconds, the application will go to voting and achieve success once more than 2/3, rounded down, of the fleet members agree to the application. Okay, so maybe that was a bit more technical than what it really needed to be, but if you wanted to be a fleet commander, then you just apply for it, and then if the fleet commander says, okay, yeah, sure, take over the fleet, I'm going to be going anyway, then sure.
Perfect.
I'm waiting for a voting system where the squad can just outvote the fleet commander and take it over, and before you know it, your own fleet's fighting each other.
We're losing this battle. Get out.
Jump fleet.
You haven't rage-pinged me in the last 30 seconds. You're done.
Well, it's really got to be fleet specific too. I mean, 3 minutes. You could be sitting still for 3 minutes and not doing anything in a large fleet.
Oh, you know how many CTAs I've been in that have been 4+ hours long for 30 minutes of content? I mean,
and you don't get a ping from the commander in 3 minutes.
No.
Yeah, right. He can get outvoted. He can just get voted out just for doing his command, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that he was there to do.
You've got a literal game of coup suddenly inserted into every fleet. If the spies outnumber the players.
Oh, this is how you spice it up, right? It's content.
Yeah. The spies will prevail.
I
So they did some optimizations. They updated the estimated prices based on successful transactions in the market. Rip that revelation.
Yeah.
The expiration period of planetary resource containers will be reset to 24 hours after server maintenance. When editing orders in the market, you can change the price to the same as the original. And I'm just going through this list. Once I'm done, then you can make your comment. I'll just read all this stuff. 5-minute unobtainable period has now been added to ensure that players with non-optimized internet connection also have an equal chance at these containers.
Nice.
The previous owner will be notified through mail after the other player obtains the personal citadel. So this one was specifically for outposts that get turned into box after they get unanchored. So now there's going to be a 5-minute, nobody can get that box. So thieves are gonna have to like step up their game or something. In that case, they're probably gonna get pretty pissed in that. And then they added a fuel tank for the Rorqual.
So in the on-air chat, and this is why I love this community so much, B33KAY, I don't know how the hell you BK, sure. He made a great point about this fleet commander thing. He says this new apply for fleet makes a 24/7 standing fleet viable because it used to be a problem since when an FC is also a boss and offline, the new members can't get into the standing fleet. That's a great point. I did not, and we have standing fleets all the time, and I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for typing that up and putting that in there.
I log out as fleet commander all the time.
I do that to my guys all the time, and they get pissed.
Well, sometimes I just disband the squads. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be getting off. We're done with the fleet anyway. I'll just disband the squads. But I suppose for those that are continuing, be like, oh, what happened to this guy? Oh, well, he disconnected, never came back. Well, here you go. There's that fix.
Yeah. Bradrick, we're talking about stealing an unanchoring outpost, right? There's a 15-minute timer, and then poof, it turns into a little box, right? And then you just scoop it up and go. And now they've added a 5-minute timer to where it's invulnerable, and nobody can pick it up until that 5-minute timer is up. So all they've done is taken the 15-minute unanchor time and made it 20.
Pretty much.
That's it. It doesn't change anything. And anybody who's smart when you're unanchoring is going to have a Hictor bubbling the entire outpost, and you're going to have a couple of guys sitting around just waiting for, what's that guy, M1A1, who likes to dive bomb and steal outposts?
Yep. So it's a concession to the defender.
Yeah. But it doesn't do anything. All it does is extend the time by 5 minutes. That's it.
Right. It makes it so you have to hold the grid.
Yeah.
For that 5 minutes to secure the ball, basically.
But you had 15 minutes to secure the ball. Now you have another 5. It doesn't do anything to change lag. If the guy's lagging out or you're lagging out, and you were lagging out at the 15-minute mark, you're going to lag out at the 20-minute mark too.
If they log out for that 20 minutes and then they log in right as soon as there's 5 seconds on the box, then they just come in and scoop it up anyway.
Yep. Been there, done that.
And no bubbles can stop them.
Mm-hmm.
No bubbles can stop them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Trippy.
They had a couple bug fixes. They fixed an issue where capsuleers couldn't initiate regional delivery in the trading center in personal assets. They fixed an issue where capsuleers docking at outposts couldn't sell items located in other stations at a personal assets page. Fixed an issue where the effective duration of Plex future orders was incorrect. Fixed an issue where the display of the Rorqual shield special effect was too small. And that was it for basically game news and patch notes and everything else. So yippee. All right. Are you guys ready for Who Wants to Be a Billionaire?
I'm ready.
All right. So during the commercial break, have people X up, and then Taylor, if you want to choose our first contestant during then, and we'll get the show on the road.
Sounds good.
Red One Reapers Corporation is recruiting new and veteran players today. It's home of the phenomenally overpowered and integrated industrialized laser-lighted strip mining Covetor 2 Emporium and Warehouse. Also voted Best Corporation of 2022 by Echoes of New Eden podcast. Be a part of something greater. Be a part of history. No matter what you like to do in game, either it be PvE, PvP, or industry, we have a spot for you. Enjoy a family-friendly gaming experience with zero requirements from the corporation. No drama, no problems. General Corp requirements to apply are having a main character of T7 or greater and being Discord active with good communication. Let me hit you with some more knowledge. Red One Reapers is part of Silent Alliance. They have T10 ratting, daily ratting, and mining fleets, as well as special anomaly spawns. Fly with our infamous FCs, Top Gun-style bomber wing, Omega bombers. Don't worry about losing ships in battle. Corp level and Alliance level SRP is available, which includes T10 ships. Reapers has an industrial powerhouse. Literally get anything built with our tools and personnel. Core breakdown is about 42% US, 39% EU, and 19% Asia Pacific member time zones. We have members from all around the world. Apply to Red One Reapers on Discord. Message Rambo for the invite link if you are interested. Fly safe, and whatever you do, don't apply to Xanadu. The goat smells really bad, like nasty. It's seriously bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
All right. I seen a lot of X's. Did you happen to choose your contestant?
I did right off the bat, but then I thought you were going to play. So I've got one picked, but I thought you were going to play the X up.
I mean, I still can.
Yeah, go hit it. Hit it. I love that. That's great. I wish I would have had it the other week when you weren't on.
No, it's going to play here for a second.
Now throw your X up.
If I click on it, it plays, and then I drag it over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now throw your X up.
Go, 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 go. Hurry. All right, I picked one.
Cool.
So it's Edison Johnny.
Edison Johnny.
Hopefully you got a
let me
mic.
Start. Oh shit.
You got to
Start
share your
playing
you got to
early.
share your screen too, by the way.
Yep, I will. It didn't pause where it was supposed to pause. Dang it.
Mm.
And yeah, I upgraded my studio program, so I'm no longer using FL12. I'm using FL20, and I did that today. I'm still trying to get used to this program. But
Gotcha.
anyway. Let me share my screen. Share my screen. Screen one. Yes, let's go. Bam. And I'm gonna load up game one. Alrighty. Welcome to Who Wants to Be a Billionaire? Eve Echoes edition. We have, is Edison Johnny unmuted?
He
Taylor
is.
Rick.
Hello.
Hello, Edison. How's it going?
I'm okay.
You ready to play Who Wants to Be a Billionaire? You ready to win some ISK?
I don't know, man. I think I'm trying to lose some S to that. I'm done.
So, well, it's either way, it's awesome to have you with us here. So you are watching the screen, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. We'll get this show on the road. So this show is sponsored by Legio Fulminata. Strike hard, strike fast, Legio Fulminata. They are the ones that sponsor the Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, and they came up with the ISK2 giveaway. So shout out to them. So here is your winning ladder. First question for 10 million, going up the ladder all the way up to 2 billion after 14 questions correct. At question 5 for 100 million, if you answer that one correctly, then there's no going back. That's your checkpoint. If you get a question wrong further, then you drop down to 100 million, you walk out with 100 million. Same thing at 500 million. Once you make it to that point, there's no going back. You win at least that much. And then here we have our lifelines. You get the 50-50 lifeline. 2 of the wrong answers will be removed. You get to phone a friend. You get to choose a person in the studio audience to ask the question to. And we don't really care if you wanted to choose that person now or choose it at the time of the question. I suppose it doesn't matter. Or you can ask the audience, and what Taylor, Rick, or Crimson will do is they'll ask the question, and they'll watch the on-air chat and get the feedback or the answer from what people say, and they're probably the more popular one will get chosen out of that. So, Taylor, Rick, you got the lifelines for him this week. You gonna handle those?
Sure, I got it.
Got it. Okay. Alrighty. Well, Edison, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get this show on the road. What is the name of the Eve Echoes anniversary theme song? Fountain, I love you, but you're bringing me down. Welcome to Eve Echoes. Infinity. Eve Echoes giveth, Eve Echoes taketh.
I honestly didn't pay attention to that shit. I think it was Infinity, but I'm gonna just do the rest of the audience just for funsies.
This was their anniversary theme song. They did a whole YouTube video about it.
Yep, I had it muted the whole time.
All right, people are putting in their answers.
We played it on our special Eve Echoes song podcast, where we went through all the Eve Echoes kind of like parodies and stuff in the season. So it was season 3, episode 2 this year. So
yeah.
Turned out to be a really fun episode, and we did play this song.
Yep, we did. Yeah, Karen was there talking to us about it too. Yep. So you're getting some answers in the on-air chat. People are giving you letters. Which one are you going to pick?
I really want to pick B, but I think the answer is C. Infinity.
C, Infinity. Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
That is correct. But Fountain, I Love You is so good.
It is.
So good.
It is.
All right, you got 10 million. Going on question number 2 for 25 million. How many insurance points does one Plex buy? 5, 7, 50, 70.
I would really appreciate it if it was D, but unfortunately it is 7B.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Yep, you got it.
Good job.
All right. Working our way up the ladder here. Not too difficult, it seems. I think Edison's getting it. We'll see how he does. Question number 3 for 50 million. Which one of these ships has an interdictor variant? Catalyst, Algos, Talwar, Stabber.
That's going to be A, Catalyst.
Final answer?
Yes.
I have to ask. I really do. I just have to ask. I don't know. I'm just used to it. But Catalyst is correct.
It's Rambo Filgus.
The Caddy Daddy.
Keep it coming. You're cruising.
I'm sure it's going to make somebody double guess themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Well, typically, I think in the actual game, people have to say final answer before they can go through anyway. So
It seems like one of those silly rules like Jeopardy, having to answer things as a question.
yeah, what is?
Yeah.
Who is? Yeah.
What is this nonsense?
All right, question number 4 for 75 million. What is the cloak cooldown timer on a bomber? 5 seconds, 20 seconds, 35 seconds, 60 seconds.
Off the top of my head, I think it's 5, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 50-50.
All right, so with the 50-50, with the 50-50, we're going to take 2 of the answers away, and you only have 2 more to pick from. So in this case, with the 50-50, we're going to take away C, and we're going to take away D. So the two left is either A at 5 seconds or B at 20 seconds.
I'm gonna go with I'll go with B, 20 seconds.
Final answer? All right. 20 seconds is correct.
Just like there. You had me going.
I know, a little sweat starting. Yep. All right. Question number 5 for 100 mil. This is your checkpoint question. Answer this one correctly, you walk away with 100 mil guaranteed. Which one of these factions is famously associated with the rabbit? Sasha's Nation, Sisters of Eve, Amar, Garistas.
That'll be D, Garistas. Final answer.
Dang, he didn't hesitate on that one.
No.
He did
Your
not
difficulty
hesitate
rating
on
is
that
all
one.
weird.
Rip. All right. Hey, I think some questions are easier for some compared to others. I will admit that.
That's
I
fair.
probably would have struggled on that one. Even though I think I live in Garissa space. But either way.
You do.
Okay,
just,
question number
just
6.
FYI, you do.
200 mil. Which one of these faction frigates primarily uses missiles? They're Kruger, Garmer, Dramiel, Daredevil.
That's gonna be B, Garmer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Again, he must use a Garmer. I've never laid foot in one, so I have no idea what they use.
Oh my
I'm a
God.
cannon person.
Oh my.
I'm a cannon person.
Oh my God.
Give
If
me a
it
break.
helps, I'm a laser guy, so.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here.
I'm also a cannon
Right.
person, so 2-2.
You're flying through these questions. Question number 7 for 250 mil. Which one of these ships has the most mid slots? The Noctis, Stratios, Thrasher 2, Rifter.
That's gonna be A, Noctis.
Final answer.
Final answer.
No, I'm just doing it to mess with you. I'm just doing it to mess with you. But that is it. Yep. Okay. Man, we're flying through these.
How
These are
many?
easy for you.
How many of them are on the Noctis, Edison? Do you know off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, no idea. Something like 5 or 6. It's
Yeah.
a crazy number.
It is a
of all
crazy
those,
number.
because of the salvagers.
Yeah. I was gonna I would say 5 if I was gonna guess, because I've looked at it in the fitting screen enough to maybe remember, but I don't know for sure. Oh, okay. I see
Sounds
people
like
saying
a,
5. Yeah.
Sounds like a triple web, double scram gate camper.
If it was
Question number 8.
faster, yeah.
If it had sensors too, it takes so long to lock onto anything.
Yeah.
Really?
It is the definition of mediocre as far as the ship goes. It does the job it's supposed to do, but it does it so slowly.
You gotta get double
All
points,
right.
double scrams.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Question number 8. You're halfway there. 300 mil. Here we go. Which frigate has the highest small laser damage bonus? The Succubus, Dramiel, the Kruger, Punisher Assault. Who is it that was saying they're the laser guy? Was it you, Edison?
It was me, but I de-skilled out of frigates in favor of destroyers a while ago.
Ooh.
I like your
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
But I'm serving you here.
I want to like destroyers, but
I want to say it's the Kruger. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna phone a friend.
okay, we're gonna phone a friend. Let's pick one person from the audience. Anybody over there in the audience who's currently muted, don't pick me. call them out, and I'll unmute them, and they'll have to give their suggestion on which one it is.
Any of you guys fly lasers? I don't know. I'm gonna say, let's bring Damon out. I've seen him flying a laser boat before.
Okay, Damon, we're going to unmute you, sir. There you are. You're unmuted. Give your suggestion.
Rip.
The last time somebody asked Damon a question, they got it wrong too. I'm just warning you.
Okay, Damon, what would you pick so that I don't pick it?
Damon's at work. I hope he's not sleeping.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. The only one I can think of since the Crewer is the small version of the Ashy, so that's going to have the NOS bonus. The Sancho one, which is all lasers, that would be the Succubus. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Succubus. I mostly fly rail.
Final answer.
You say Crewer, final answer?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? That's
the opposite
hilarious.
of what Damon says.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Thank you, Damon.
Oh man.
In all honesty, I probably would have picked the Succubus.
I would have gone with Succubus too.
I don't know that much about the Crewer. I don't fly any of these. I especially don't do lasers. So
I know it's a new boat.
There's only one ship on that list that's not a laser. That's not a laser ship.
Oh, the Dram.
The Dram, yeah.
All right.
The best ship. Thank you.
It's still debatable. All right, question 9 for 400 mil. Man, we're going right through these. New faction capitals are coming in a future update. Which faction will they belong to? Sisters of Eve, Guristas, Serpentis, Yanjong.
That's gonna be Yanjong D.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Very good.
I think we even talked about it. I
did.
think that was on that episode that I wasn't there a couple weeks ago. I think
Yep.
we talked about it because I remember sending you the screenshot.
Yep.
We got a screenshot of a battleship and a capital. All right. Next question for 500 mil. Question number 10. Once you get this question right, there's no going back. You walk away with at least 500 mil. And how many lifelines does he have left? He's got
done.
no lifelines
He's
yet.
done.
Goose egg? Something like no, zero, milch, zilch?
Oh, he can walk away with 100 million.
So from here on out, you can decide to walk away. Yeah. If you walk away now, you'll only get 100 mil. Or wait, no, he would get 400.
You got this. You got this.
All right. Which one of these is not a drone? Kilgore, Hobgoblin, Berserker, Exhumer.
Man, I do lasers. Of course I do drones too. It's gonna be A.
Dang it.
Can you repeat the answer? I did not catch it.
That's gonna be A. Kilgore. Final answer.
Dang, this is easy. This is easy for you. Dang. Yep, that's a fighter, not considered a drone. I got lectured on that. All right. Question 11 for 750 mil. This is where they start getting harder, I hope. But you are guaranteed 500 mil. Walk away at any time. All right. Which one of these ores produce isogen? Pyroxeres, Veldspar, Plagioclase, Omber.
Well, I'm not really sure on this one, and I should know the answer because I'm a miner.
You have 0 lifelines left.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get the 500 anyway. Let's go with C. Plague Place.
Final answer?
Final answer.
And that is wrong. It was Omber.
It's a high
Good try, though.
Nicely done, man. Nicely done.
Yeah, you had a good run. 500 mil.
And it's
you walk
going right
away
to
with
insurance.
500 mil.
Yeah, right to insurance. Yeah.
That'll pay for 1 month Omega. Edison, send me a message and I will give you the contact info to send a contract for 500 mil. Sounds cool?
Sounds awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for playing. And we have another game. And so if people want to try it out, X up. And in that meantime, I'm going to be switching over to game 2.
Let's see those X's, people.
Yep. Start Xing up. Start Xing up. Oh, shoot. I don't want to see it. Never mind. Okay. Go, go, go.
X gonna give it to you. More X's than Texas. Let's see them. Roll those X's.
I got my finger on the screen. Three, 2, 1. Mercury Rising. You've been on the show before. I'm gonna unmute
Has
you.
he?
Yeah, he lost. He lost his the first damn question. He got it wrong.
I
Something.
got to second. I made it to the second. Okay.
His name wasn't
Because
Mercury
I
Rising
knew
at
what
the
the name
time.
of the show was. I got 100% of this show's questions right though, which has done me no good because I'm not playing or haven't been playing. Now I'm gonna bomb first one. Let's do this.
Yeah, there you go.
Now that I see that Maddie is wanting to sell phone a friend services, when Maddie phoned a friend for Durka didn't even get any cut from that $2 bill for answering that question right. Rip. Exposed.
That's right. That's right.
Exposed.
Smackdown.
Alrighty, Mercury Rising. Are you ready to play Who Wants to Be a Billionaire? This time, let's hope you can get some ISK, yes?
Shits and giggles, let's do this.
All right.
Let's do it. You got this. You got this.
You know the ladder, starting at 10 million all the way up to 2 billion. You know your lifelines. Taylor Rick will handle the lifelines for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. And be sure to say final answer after the final answer that you want.
Gotcha.
So I know when to click next.
I
Alrighty.
understand. Final answer.
Holy shit. What show are you on?
Oh, come on. This isn't fair.
We could not have scripted this any better.
Oh, that's so good. Holy crap.
Echoes
You
from
guys
the
should
front.
change your name in the Discord server next time just to throw
Echoes.
everyone off.
Echoes from the back. Echoes of New Eden.
It's C Echoes of New Eden. Final
Echoes
answer.
of Old Eden. See? All right, sweet. We got that engraved in your head now.
That's too good. That is too good. That was perfect.
I didn't even realize that when I went to start this game up, and we.
No, I didn't
got
even
chosen.
look at the answers yet that you have for us either, and it's so funny.
I
That's
recycled this one.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
This is the only one I recycled, by the way.
What's her name over in on New Eden Radio? Mackenzie. She thought that was staged when that happened with Titan Tino, and it certainly wasn't. I mean, it was hysterical. And that's just perfect. Mercury Rising. Good job.
All right.
You slipped and almost said my real name.
I did almost say your real name, Bill.
Rip.
It's Hank.
Hank. Okay, Hank.
All right, second question for 25 million. Which one of these battleships, or which of these battleships, have 8 high slots? The Roke, Maelstrom, Apocalypse, all of the above.
Oh.
You have 3 life
Don't
left.
fly battleships. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna go D, all of the above.
Final answer.
Yes.
I'll give it to you. Yes.
You sounded so
All
certain.
of those. Yeah. Right.
All you got to do is
I
ask
don't
him
want-
questions about PvP, and he'll lose.
Yeah, I'm,
Oh, buddy.
I'm not gonna freaking ask Bam to help me.
He's not here. I know.
All right.
You took the shot
Third
and it
question
paid off. That was
for
dope.
50 million. Okay. What season of Concord Pass did we just enter? 8, 9, 10,
D10.
11.
Final answer.
Winter.
Only because we said it at the beginning of the show. I mean,
Yeah.
No.
It was
I was
splashed
paying
on your
attention to the
screen.
game.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
splashed on your screen today.
yeah, I was gonna say if you logged in recently, you saw that too. Okay, easy. Question number 4 for 75 million.
I don't think I would have got that one.
What is the max number of citadels a corporation can own? 1, 3, 5, 7.
C5. Final answer.
Whoa.
The haste. We're flying through this.
Came out swinging there.
Yeah,
Wife just
no
got home. I
delay.
gotta do this quick. Win or lose.
Speed run.
I only got another few
Speed
minutes.
run.
She's the
Quick,
bona fide.
go in the car.
Go to the
Porcelain
bathroom.
throne.
Go to the bathroom.
Porcelain throne.
I had to get past them.
Question number 5 for 100 mil. Which of these creatures is an alien life form in the Eve universe? Is it Fido,
Hey, Fido.
Tenno,
Final answer.
Keto, Tourist?
Hey, final answer.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, next question for 200 mil. He's flying through these. He's guaranteed 100 mil. Which one of these regions is on the edge of the universe? Is it Tribute, Cache, Syndicate, Curse?
Thanks. This is gonna help. God. E. Final answer.
Cache it is.
Is it pronounced cache or is it pronounced cash?
I say
wait a
Cache.
minute.
Yep, cash
I
money.
say Cache. I just think of like computer cache, like when you clean cache. I don't know.
I call that a
It's just
cache, but okay.
Yeah, I always hear cash.
Cash.
Too, but that's okay.
It's kind of like
Cache.
Coke or soda or pop, all the same thing. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, Kachi.
Kachi.
Kachi. Question number 7 for 250 million. Which one of these skills is not a weapon technology skill? Small cannon operation, medium drone upgrade, small decomposer command, capital cannon targeting.
D. Capital cannon targeting. Final answer.
No hesitation. That one was made up.
Boom.
That one
Boom.
was made up.
Yeah.
Okay. Flying through these. Question number 8 for 300 mil. The Praxis is what kind of ship? Frigate,
Battleship.
destroyer, battle cruiser, capital.
D. Battleship. Final answer.
Tried messing him up. Praxis game. As Durko would say, Praxis gang. All right.
I'm going for this
That's
speed
funny.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going. That's really. He's like answering them before the answers even come up. Okay, 400.
They're not actually.
What is the fastest skill training speed? 50 skill points per minute, 60 skill points per minute, 70 skill points per minute, 75 skill points.
Final
Did he
answer.
say D, 75?
Yes.
Okay, that is it. Woo. All right, next
Wow.
question.
I was like, oh my god, did I get that wrong?
Did he say the right answer? Yeah, right. There should be a tactic to second guess yourself. Okay, question number 10 for 500 mil. And once you get this one correct, there's no going under 500 mil. You walk away with at least that. And I think you have all your lifelines too.
He does.
Of these options, what is the longest range a destroyer can hit with small missiles? 40 kilometers, 60 kilometers, 80 kilometers, 175 kilometers.
Damn, destroyer. What's the longest range a destroyer can hit with small missiles? What are the lifeline options?
You have 50-50, phone a friend, poll the audience.
Yep.
Poll the audience.
All right, audience, let's see it. What are your answers?
And 40. Question. I have like a question mark. That helps. Well, it seems you're pretty strong on 40. Let's just go with it. I've had a good run. Hey, 40, final answer. Oh, shit. 999. Oh, man. I already said final answer. All right.
It's actually wrong.
Yep.
40
Really?
is wrong.
Yep, the audience is way off.
I have no idea. I don't fly destroyers.
If you had a second guess, what would you pick?
If I had a second guess,
Yep.
let's see. Small missiles. I don't know if any of them get a bonus to range.
Lurk 420.
I mean, I'm going to stick with 40 for my final answer.
Well, yeah,
But,
you did stick with 40 for your final. We're asking you, so you've lost, but
Okay.
but we're asking you for a second guess, just for the hell of it.
Okay. The maximum range. 60 kilometers? You said way off, though. So, I mean, can you get up to 175 with small? No, there's no way to get that high.
No.
I mean, the base on smalls are, like, way lower than that.
You can get it to 80.
You can get it to 80?
You can get
Wait,
it to 80.
what?
With Apollo Sniper, with enough engineering, you can actually fit one of those Mark V range increasers to it. So sniper mode plus the activated range increaser gets you up to about 85.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're talking, like, if you're, like, balls out bidding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How
Specifically
can you
for maximum
possibly
range.
get? Okay, I guess I can see that. All right, cool, good game. Thanks,
Yep.
guys.
Thanks, man. You win
All
100
right,
million.
Yep, message me and I'll give you the contact for the 100 million. All right, who wants to finish this out? Think we got something in here that can finish this out?
X up, guys. X up, X up, X up. Go for it.
Mark
Go
V
for it.
is X. That's it.
I'll pick someone in the
Durka,
X's in
Durka,
3,
you've already won a decent amount.
2, 1.
I'm
Damn it.
seeing you, Hawk Frog.
Yeah, it was right at. Well, yeah.
It was right there. It was between him and Yadashi.
Yep. APOC Frog. We're gonna unmute you. We'll go back and mute Mercury Rising. And APOC Frog, you are now unmuted. Let's see if you can. You have to unmute your mic on your end now. Let's see if you can finish Mercury Rising's speed run that crashed and burned on a destroyer question.
He was
Right?
cruising.
He was cruising.
Oh,
He knows his shit. He knows his shit.
Unless it's PvP.
Unless it's
Hey,
PvP.
Pock Frog,
Yeah.
you
Wait. Can you hear me?
breaking up?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yep.
That's better.
I can hear you now. All right. Do we have to go through any of the rules or anything with you? With you starting late, you do get 2 lifelines. We'll give you 2 lifelines of your choice. Which ones will they be?
You take the 50-50.
Okay, so 50-50 in the audience. Got it.
Okay. All right. We're going to start where the last contestant had left off, so we're going to go on to question 11 for 750 million. Granted, these questions are going to be considerably harder, so we'll see. Harder for some, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Which one of these systems can you not travel to? Ned, Polaris, Refresh, Baviasi.
As a low sec pilot, probably none of them. Let's go with the 50-50.
All right, so for 50-50, that's going to drop A and C. So now your potential answers are B, Polaris, and D, Bavasi.
Can I have like wombo combo with the audience one also, or
You can if you want.
You can, yeah.
audience? What do you got?
All right, audience, tell them which one it is, B or D. Start typing which one it is, B or D in chat.
Because I honestly have no idea. I don't even know what systems these are.
it looks like most folks are saying tips appreciated. Just kidding.
Yeah, or B, final answer.
Polaris is correct. Polaris is within one of those regions, in those drone regions that we do not have access to yet.
Mhm.
However, the Depths have access to that. That's where they live, is Polaris. Fun fact about that. And yes, Refresh is an actual name of a system. I looked it up. All right. All right, wow. 750. If you walk away now, you get 750. And he's got no lifelines. Oh, so he used both lifelines on that question.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question number 12 for 1 billion. Which race is the oldest among the 4 empires? Minmatar, Caldari, Galente, Amar.
I think it's pretty.
Couldn't understand you if you'd given an answer.
Oh, sorry. I was speculating. I don't think it could be the Minotaur, but then at the same time, their ships are all banged up and rusted, so maybe they are the oldest. I would just take a shot in the dark here and say the Caldari.
Well, Caldari is actually incorrect. That is the wrong answer.
If you had to pick a second.
I would
No,
say just based on the ship architecture, the Minotaur then.
That is also
that is
incorrect.
also
Remember, we're
Alrighty.
talking about oldest.
one.
Minmatar youngest.
Well, thank you,
Which one?
APOC Frog. And
The
the Amar.
yeah, Amar.
Yep. Thank you, APOC. Make sure you DM Rambo.
Yeah, DM me for some ISK.
Yep.
If you guys want some really weird, cool Eve lore, check out the Astrophysics of Eve documentary lecture thing that they did from FanFest a while back. It talks about the Amar discovering basically the engines for interstellar travel. It's really cool and nerdy. So maybe not cool, but fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it sounds cool to me.
Okay. Does somebody else want to finish this out? Hopefully.
We got
Dang.
two left.
Oh. We got 2 more questions. These are the big ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I do have enough ISK, so.
I think we can do it.
X up again. Keep Xing.
Maddie has already won $2 billion. Don't pick him.
No, I won't. I won't.
He sells
3,
his services anyway.
2, 1. Who's there? That's well.
I'm seeing BK or Dirk.
Yeah, yeah. I can't. Now I have to just pick between the two of them. Dirkadur, I guess, because my finger was right there and he had 3, and then I saw BK. So let's just go with Dirkadur. I will unmute you, Dirkadur, even though you've played before and you won. Sorry, BK. Dirkadur, you're unmuted. You got 2 questions.
You know what?
It was close.
It was close.
Because it's so close, give him 1 lifeline.
Okay, so Dirkadur's got 1 lifeline.
I'm going to take the 50-50.
Okay.
Okay. And if Dirkadur ends up not finishing in this out, then we'll give it to BK.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Question
you,
number
Maddie.
13 for.
Okay, cross your finger, BK. I've been watching question all night.
Okay. The Intaki belong to what race? Jove, Galente, Kaldari, Yangjung.
So it's not the Jove and the Yangjung, because I don't think they have races. So that's between Galente and Calorie.
Calories?
What's that?
Calorie? Calamari? Calamari?
Calda.
You know what? The
Calorie?
calorie, they're so rich. They're
Calorie.
probably they probably enjoy their calories. But I usually play the calorie races, well, the calorie characters, and I know Intaki is not Caldari, so just by deduction, I'm gonna go with B, Galente.
Galente is right.
Very good.
Lucky you weren't in there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Next question.
Last question.
Last question. You do have a lifeline?
Okay.
Oh, man. I remember this question now, and I don't know. Maybe you'll think it's easy. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
Should be
$2 billion
hard.
question right here.
Should be hard.
Which one of these
easy.
systems has an ITC?
Easy, dude. I know these things by heart. Let's go. Let's see.
Oh, great. This is really giving me, dang it. GTAC G78S, JV1 VTAC 0, VTAC IU EL, Ataris.
Can I change my lifeline and get a phone call?
Unfortunately not.
No, I'm just trolling. I'm just trolling. I don't even need to use the lifeline. I know this by heart. So just to give some context, you know, I'm a very, very big trader, and I do a lot of ITC trading. So you know, I've got all of them down on the spreadsheets. You know, I could tell you. You could ask any of them. I could tell you which region it is. You know, how many jump from low sec, these type of things. But anyway, I'm not gonna spin it around too much. The answer is A, GTEC G. Final answer.
Indeed, it is.
Wow.
You got the $2 billion.
Let's go.
Dang.
Did not realize how much of a nerd Dirkadur was. It's amazing.
Right? He has some ITCs on speed dial. Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, I've made a lot of this through ITCs. It's, if you want to make some money in this game, you know, you gotta think a little bit outside the box, but ITCs are a great place where you can earn great bucks.
You do. You gotta think outside the box. Good for you, man.
I don't even know where GTAC G is.
I
The
have
only
no
one
clue.
out of these I've ever been to was JV1 JV1V, and even then, it
So-
doesn't have an ITC. That's just it's got a NPC station.
Yeah, NPC.
So G-Tech G is actually in Curse. It's
okay.
fairly. It's not super remote. It's like maybe like 15 jump from Zendaya, and it's very close to like Void and OG. So that's the ITC that they'll likely use. If they have to do a space business and an ITC.
Very nice.
Right.
Well done, man.
That's spot on. That was perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
send me that contract. I've sent you contracts in the past, so you should have my character on speed dial by now, contract history or something. But anyway, thank you for
Thanks, you guys.
winning.
Yeah,
You
thanks for
are
coming,
the
man.
You are the second winner of Who Wants to Be a Billionaire. And whatever you do not give Maddie any of that disc, no matter how much he wants to get it from you.
He's got his
He's
own.
been trying to sell his services all night.
Thanks, Durkadur. Appreciate it. Put you back on server mute. He's always a good
right.
sport.
Well, that's it. That's game.
Game match set. 2 billion to the Dirkster. And a few other winners tonight too. At least they took away a little bit of money, right? So
Yeah, I think in total over 3 billion tonight.
yeah, nice. Very well done.
Highest paying night so far.
So
Right.
I'd be
Yeah.
remiss if I forgot to add this yet again, but some of these questions that we have for Who Wants to Be a Billionaire are sent in to us from various people. Tonight's questions, I could see a mix of some of the ones that I put in, some of the ones that Crimson King put in. I keep wanting to call you Crimson Song, man. I'm sorry. It's just never going to go. It's never going to go away. I even got some.
I need that alt.
You do. You should make that all. I even got some questions from Space Karen, so thank you for that. And I got some questions sent in to us by Cian, C-A-E-N, I believe, or Cayenne. I don't know how to pronounce that. I apologize. Their name is different on Discord than their name in game, so all I could remember was Cian, C-A-E-N, from what they sent. But they sent several questions as well, so I just say thanks to everybody who sent those in. Questions are difficult to come up with. The more shows that we do, the more difficult they become because you can't ask the same question twice.
Right.
Except for which
Yeah,
show
we
you're
try
on.
to mix it up. For a first question, I think we can recycle that one, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's strong open.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and some of those questions I came up to, of course, they're all easy. Try coming up with some easier questions because all the questions we get are like super hard. At least they're hard for me. I'm like, geez, I don't even know that. Like, how hard is it going to be for the general population? But I figure, too, that a lot of people could use this as kind of a learning experience, too. It's like,
Sure.
oh, I didn't
Sure.
know Maelstrom's had 8 high slots. I might use that now.
Yep. Those who haven't gotten
So-
into battleships yet or just haven't taken the time to get into battleships for whatever reason, even
Yeah.
if they're high enough tier level. Yep.
But in general, we have fun playing this game and giving ISK away, and just the experience overall has been fun. And I think at that, we will call it a show. We had over a 2-hour show, and so it makes up for the short shows that Taylor does. I know, right? So, guys, say your farewells, and we'll close it out from there.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming. As always, we'll have Monday's shorts coming out. Go get Crimson King's stuff over on Reddit. All of his articles he posts up, his stories, they're great. They're fantastic. So make sure you go read those as well. And then, of course, we'll be back here next week on a Thursday night for a live show.
Yep, and be sure to... go ahead, Crimson.
What'd you say?
I keep stepping on you, but thanks everybody for showing up. I'm gonna check out Taylor Rick's podcast. And I recommend y'all do the
Yeah.
same.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, for reals. Join live and he'll pick on you. Just letting you know. But what I was going to say, too, is leave us messages, too, with the voicemail. We'll play them on air. And hopefully we can have some fun with that. At least I'm hoping.
Yeah, that phone number is 928-224-9024. Operators are not standing by. We will not answer your phone call. We will simply let it go to voicemail, and we will play it. Say anything. We don't care.
It goes straight up. It goes straight to voicemail, and you hear me say, "Welcome to the Eve Echoes hotline," or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
Because I changed it from the default one, and so it just goes straight to voicemail. So that'll be fun. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining, and I guess fly safe out there, and we shall see you next week. All right, I'm going to jump down.